Matt, first time hitting the ice officially as a member of this organization. How'd it feel out there?
Oh, it was good. I've been really looking forward to the season, obviously, since I signed, and it was great to get out there with the guys. It's a heck of a team to be joining, and I'm really excited.
How can you, I guess, build the chemistry as quick as possible with the new team, with your experience?
I think there's obviously as a line, you got to talk lots. I think you got to talk about your game, talk about tendencies. Obviously, I do things differently than these guys have kind of seen before because they never play with me, and vice versa. I mean, they do things different that than I haven't seen. Obviously, there's systems that guys have ingrained in the way they play here, and I'm just learning those. So I think it's just about talking through it and just trying to adjust, play your game within the way the team plays.
How much are you talking with your line mates? I mean, is this a really fun time where you kind of experiment, like, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do that?
Yeah, I think it's just we all have tendencies in our game, and the better we know each other, the more it's going to click. I think doesn't matter who I end up lined up with at any point this season. It's going to be a talented couple guys, and right now start with Phil and Granny. I think the biggest thing is just talking through our the way we want to play, and I think we're all three of us are similar type players, so it's exciting.
You just went through this kind of the middle of toward the end of last season.
Yeah.
Moving to a new place and now coming here. Is it something is it just a feel? Is it you have to be out there doing? I mean, you can't study tape and figure this out.
No, you got to feel it. Ottawa, when I got traded there, and then Columbus, it can take like 20 games. I don't expect it to be the same with this situation because I'm coming in, in camp right off the bat. So you get a month where you can get used to it, which is nice. So I'm expecting a quicker turnaround. I've been through it a few times now, so I know what to expect in terms of, you can play like your game and play well and not have the results, and that's something that comes as you go because you get used to things. So, but I'm not expecting it to be the same as it's been before, and you just take it each day at a time and get more familiar. Like I said, talk with line mates and figure things out, and it should be fun.
You had time to move and get your family settled in. I mean, it's not the middle of the season like you said.
No, we're not settled at all yet.
Okay.
We're not in our permanent residence yet, so we're working away at that. But so it's a bit of a grind off the ice right now. We got an 8-month-old who obviously has to be on a pretty strict schedule, or else he's a little bit of a maniac like any other 8-month-old would be. But it's a lot of fun, and it's nice to come to the rink and just be able to do what I do and have some some structure and some consistency here because it's crazy off the ice right now.
Matt, with Granny specifically, I know David Boyle mentioned that as a guy who he envisioned could be playing with you on that line. How do you view both of yourselves as players and how you can potentially complement each other?
Well, I mean, the nice part is I've played in this division almost my whole career, so except for the last 2 years. So I've seen him in Minnesota hundreds of times, it feels like, and then same with Phil playing against the Preds here. So I know what these guys do out there. I know what their strengths are because it's you have to defend against it when you're playing against them. So he's such a good passer, and Granny's such a good passer and such a good playmaker. Guy that works hard. He can drive a line, himself. I feel like we have 3 guys that can drive a line, and that's great. So I mean, there'll be nights where one of the 3 of us is carrying probably the most of it, and the other guys are feeding off him, and then it'll be someone different the next game. It's great because you never know who you're gonna have to try and defend against. So it's exciting. I coming here, a big reason I'm here is because I thought this forward group was extremely gifted, and I saw myself fitting in well with these guys and the way they play. So hopefully I'm right, and it's going to be a lot of fun to play with the talent that's on this hockey team.
A lot of hullabaloo this summer. The press conferences are done. All that's done. You're just back to being on the ice. How nice is that to really you're settling in and you're getting acclimated?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I was a little bit, I don't know if nervous is the right word going out there today, but just kind of like, geez, like, the anticipation, you just build it up, and now I finally get out with the boys and get to be, where I've wanted to be for so long. So it's very exciting, and I know, it's going to be a adjustment process for me, but like I was just saying, I've done it before and had to do it way more on the fly than this time around. So it should be a little bit, I don't know if it'd be easier, but a little bit longer a process and a longer amount of time to get acclimated.
Thanks.